There are a couple other things we might want to do here, like we might want to reformat that number again so that it looks more like currency. So let's go back to Expression Web and come down to our list price label, choose Edit Data Bindings. We want to change the format to curly bracket 0 colon $ pound or number sign, comma, pound, 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 close curly bracket. And remember, that's the code, kind of like you'd see in Excel, that will tell the server to display this as currency without the zeros after the decimal point. Now let's save it. You can close out of there. Control S to save, F12 to preview. And of course, we won't be able to see this until we type the string back in there. But the browser remembered. There we go. And now you see that number looks much better like that. One last thing, I want to make the name bold, and I want to bring the large photo in. So close out of Internet Explorer. You can just grab the property title and choose the bold button if you want to make something bold like that. I'm going to use my arrow key to deselect that, hit return, use the arrow key to put my cursor back in place. And now to bring that image into place, remember the first thing you want to do is from the toolbar, and always make sure you're in the standard area under ASP.NET Controls, not in the HTML area. And you want to scroll down and find this image icon. Click and drag to bring it into place. Edit Data Bindings. Image URL should be bound to, in this case, the large photo, because we want to display the large photo from our database on this page. If you look in the Images folder, you'll see for each of my listings, I have a small photo and a large photo. And if you were to study the database, you'd see that I actually have separate fields for large photo and small photo. And that's why I can make this selection here. Under Format, remember I want the path to my images. And these are the real estate listings. And that curly bracket 0 curly bracket simply says replace this with the corresponding image. So if I click OK, now I've got my image in place. By the way, if you get tired of clicking on those little arrows, you can just hit the Escape key to close those menus. And let's save, preview. And of course, we won't see this, but Internet Explorer remembers it. So as soon as I type that question mark, I can come back to my first listing. And because I set Internet Explorer to refresh the page each time, I get a fresh page and you can see my big image in place and all of my content formatted the way I've edited it. Let's close out of here. Let's close out of our Each Listings page. We're now done with that. And let's come back to Grid View and set a link from each property title to each individual property page.